All right, we're going to pick up on question 5 of the EOC cellular respiration and photosynthesis quiz. It says, which statement best distinguishes? So it tells apart, that's what that distinguishes means, between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Remember I said that let's say aerobic and let's say air. Because that air we're talking about is oxygen. Okay. Aerobic needs oxygen. Anaerobic is no oxygen. So when we get down here to the choices, the answer pretty much immediately jumps out at us, but let's walk through all the choices. It says only anaerobic respiration involves fermentation. Fermentation is not aerobic, but anaerobic. So it's not aerobic, it's anaerobic is fermentation. Got only anaerobic respiration occurs in the mitochondria. Oh no, they both occur in the mitochondria. So that means B is also wrong. Only aerobic respiration requires oxygen. Well, that's what I wrote there at the top. So that means C is correct. And if we look at the bottom, the last choice, only aerobic respiration produces carbon dioxide. Again, they both produce carbon dioxide. And so that leaves C, again, being the only correct answer. Going on to question 6. Okay, have another diagram. I've said before that EOC loves diagrams, loves mixing up text with illustrations. So let's read through the paragraph and look at the picture. It says euglenia, which are one-celled organisms containing chlorophyll. So if they contain chlorophyll, that tells me a couple of things. 1, they're green. 2, they're photosynthetic. If you're photosynthetic, that means a couple of things. A culture of euglenia is placed into a beaker in a dark room with a flashlight shining on one side, as shown in the diagram. It's right here. The euglenia gather on one side of the beaker. What can be inferred about euglenia from this experiment? Well, if we look at the beaker, they're collecting on the side with the light. So if we look at our 3 choices, euglenia show a positive response to light. Positive, that's a good thing. Okay, that means you like it, you have it. And so they do like light. They like light because they're photosynthetic. So A is, of course, the right answer, but let's keep looking. Euglenia show a positive response to darkness. Oh no, that's a negative response to darkness. Euglenia show a negative response to light. That would mean they were going away from the light. So A, again, is your correct answer. All right, moving on. It says the chemical equation below shows the reaction of glucose and oxygen. Which process does this equation represent? All right, throughout the year, we've been mainly dealing with the words, not really with the chemical formulas. But I've showed you before that glucose is C6H12O6. We know that O2 is oxygen. We've dealt with that enough. You know this is carbon dioxide. You know this is water. And we've always called ATP, ATP. And so, which of the processes does this equation represent? Well, photosynthesis. Okay, this looks sort of like photosynthesis, but remember, when we talk about photosynthesis, we're always talking about what 3 things does a plant need? Well, a plant needs carbon dioxide, it needs water, it needs ATP. But this is not what's being used, this is what's being made. Photosynthesis is the flip of this. So it's not F. Well, that means if it's not photosynthesis, it's got to be cellular respiration. But again, cellular respiration isn't one of the choices. Okay? But by figuring out that it's cellular respiration, that should get rid of nitrogen fixation. That deals with the nitrogen cycle and how plants gather nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it to something they can use. So we're down to aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And that actually goes back to a question that we had earlier in this video about aerobic is O2, anaerobic is no O2. This process is using oxygen. And so aerobic respiration is the correct answer. Okay, aerobic, because you have that oxygen. All right, this will be the last question of this video and of this quiz. It says, what molecule is produced during both photosynthesis and cellular respiration to power chemical reactions occurring in both of these cellular activities? Power chemical reactions. When we think about power, you probably think about lights. Well, lights is a form of energy. Power is a measurement of how much energy is needed, or how much work is being needed or accomplished. And so when we talk about energy, again, we're talking about ATP. Okay? ATP is energy storage. Glucose is also energy. That's energy in the form of sugar. But ATP is energy storage. And so that yields that A is the correct answer. All right, like I said, just keep working through everything that I have posted on the website. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or contact me during my planning period. All right, good luck.